Welcome to my channel, ladies. This is Diane Tuggle from the Happy Scrapbooker. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Consultant in the Eastern United States, and I'm here today to do card number 2 in a Fun Fold 4 card series. This is a class that I recently taught at a scrapbook retreat, and I thought I would go ahead and do a video so that you can try to do this also, and to help the girls that maybe didn't finish the class. So a Fun Fold card is a card that's not your standard shape. This is a Z-fold card. There's 2 samples of it. So the papers that I used and the stamp set that I used are retired, but there's a lot of Stampin' Up! Scrapbook, how do I want to say, yard sale sites on Facebook where you can buy used stamps, and this is one of my favorite. I'm not sure what year it came out. The item number is 154348, and it has really nice verses, and the font is really pretty, and the dies are absolutely awesome. Now this arrow die is not part of it. It's just one I pulled out of another very old stamp set. To go with it. You wouldn't have to put it on there if you didn't want to. You could put another smaller heart on top. This is where I used it. And then I cut a small heart there. But you wouldn't have to have the arrow if you can't find a die like that. But you do need concentric dies, heart dies, that will decrease in size. This one actually does decrease in size, but it cuts 2 pieces. It cuts a little tiny border die and a full heart, and so it goes down in size from that one. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. So it's not as big as the whole. The inside part is not as big as that piece right there. So that's what I used. The verse that I used just says Happy Valentine's Day, and it's from an old set, an old Close to My Heart set. Let me show you, because it was small enough to put in there. And like I say, you could put any verse there. Love you, thank you, you're all heart, anything that will fit in this little area. So I'm going to show you. The papers were from a set that was online recently in our discounted papers. It's called Most Adored. It was from last year, and that's the designer series papers that I used. And then I used Pretty in Pink and Melon Mambo cardstock to create the card base. This is all just done in the Pretty in Pink, but we're going to combine 2 colors with the one I'm going to show you today. So here's what it looks like. Open, standing up, and you can sign it right here. You have room to write a note here, or you could write a note on the inside of the back. But that is what we're going to make today. Let me move some of these papers out of the way. So that's the Lots of Heart stamp set and dies. And I'm going to move that piece of paper. Okay, I'll give you your bases. So here's the Pretty in Pink card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and scored at 2 3/4, so that the top layer is just folded in half. You could actually just fold it back on itself. That is your base. So I'll take that off. And then the lining for the inside of it is from that Most Adored paper pack. And it goes right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Like that. And then you have 2 pieces of this, oops, that's the wrong one. Here it is, plaid. 2 pieces that are 2 1/2 by 4. 2 1/2 by 4. So they fit right in here. Now I was running short on this paper, and it's going to be covered up right here in this seam. So I pieced together some designer series paper to make it 2 1/2 by 4. But like I say, that's going to be covered. And that's a good way to use up your scraps. Okay. Get those done. The next piece is the Z-fold insert. And that piece is 3 inches by 10 inches. And you're going to score it at 4 3/4 and 7 1/2. So the long side goes the opposite way. So this one, the long side is on the right. In this case, the long side is on the left. And we're going to go ahead and put the lining on this before we glue it down. So we have a piece that is 4 1/2 long by 2 3/4 wide. Everything is just a 1/4 inch smaller than the base as far as the DSP. So we're going to put that right there. And then the middle section is 2 3/4 this way and 2 1/2 that way. So it goes like this. And then the smaller section is 2 3/4 this way and 2 1/4 that way. And you're going to put a white piece in there that's 2 by 2 1/2. Before I put it, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the Happy Valentine's Day. And this is Melon Mambo. Whoa, Diane, that one flipped open. So I'm going to put it right here. I've got ink all over my fingers here. Hold on a second. Get my handy dandy rag. Okay, we want this flat. And I'm going to stamp Happy Valentine's Day right there. And that's all the stamping. Mambo ink over there. And we'll go ahead and put that right in there. So see, it's the same as that right there. So now some other pieces that I cut out. I used our metallic gold paper, and I cut out an arrow, and I cut out a solid heart from that same die set, and I'm going to put that heart in this middle panel right here. Just center it. And now I'm going to work on placing this. So I have folded up my base, and I'm going to fold this up, and you can see this last panel is a little shorter. That's what's going to go on your card base right there. And I'm going to use a little wet glue if it decides to come out. There it comes. So I can have a little wiggle time. So I want it to be where it shows a little bit of that liner and it goes down flat like that. And this piece right over here, we're going to add the wet glue to the base. Just keep it within the perimeter. Okay, there we go. And we're going to lay that down flat. And there is your bones of your card. I used some retired Stampin' Up! Ribbon. This is Pink Pirouette, and it is the seam binding ribbon. On this one, I used the organdy ribbon, clear white organdy ribbon. Clear, good grief. But the Pink Pirouette is very close to Pretty in Pink. And all I'm going to do is tie a knot. If I can get my fingers to work. I always leave the ribbon on the spool when I'm tying a bow or knot. And the reason is I'm not wasting a lot of ribbon right here. I know exactly where to cut, so I don't have a big tail to cut off that is hanging and is waste. So there we go. And now we're going to assemble this part. So this paper right here, it's actually a pearlized paper that I had in my stash, but just white cardstock will work. And we're going to assemble the heart before we put it on there. So on these I had red hearts in the background. This I'm going to do the pink. This is Flirty Flamingo, I think. And see, it has to be concentric so that you wouldn't believe how many shapes hearts come in. And then I'm going to add, this is from the Hearts of Elegance paper suite, this swirly looking paper, marbleized paper. That goes on next. And I'm going to decide on that in a minute. So we're just going to put this on with dimensionals. Where are they? I want the big dimensionals, Diane. Try to keep them in the middle, just in case your heart goes over the edge a little bit. Okay. So it goes centered right here where this card folds. You center it right there, like so. And now my arrow, I'm going to put a mini dimensional on its tail. Flip the paper off. And I'm going to put liquid glue on this part of the arrow, just the point. And just lay it down flat like that. And we will decide whether we want do we want another heart right there, or do we want little hearts? I think I want little hearts. So these are the adhesive back heart sequins that we have right now. Where did it go? And I'm going to put 2 of them on here. One right, big one. And one little one right there. So move those out of the way and let you see 3 finished cards. This one has the pink, and this one has the red hearts. And it's really, really simple. Fun fold cards are like my favorite thing to make because they make your brain have to work a little bit harder. So we did 4 cards in the class. We did a tent fold. It's a tent fold card. And we did a center pop-up card. And we did this card. And we did the easel heart card. So it folds like that. So all of them have a fun fold to them. This was the first video that I did. This is the second, and I'll work on the other 2 for you. Hope that it helps you complete your cards, and if you have any questions, shoot me a message. You can find me at Diane Tuggle at the Happy Scrapbooker on Facebook groups, and I'll put my shopping website down there. If you spend $50 or more with me, I send you a goodie in the mail. It could be embellishments, it could be a card kit. You just never know what I'm going to come up with. So I appreciate you a whole lot. Appreciate the orders and appreciate you watching my videos. And you guys have a great day. Thank you.